What's up, guys? Frank Rich from FrankRichFitness.com, and in today's video I'm going to discuss and talk about the carnivore diet and share with you my initial response, my first reaction, and kind of a review on the diet after having something that I practiced for roughly 8 days. Now, I did share a picture to my social media the other day of a 1-week transformation that I went through, and in this 1 week I went from 255 pounds at 18.23% body fat to the second picture, 244 pounds at 16.23% body fat. So yes, that was a drop of 11 pounds and a decrease of 2% body fat in just 7 short days. And yes, I did do this by following what I called a modified carnivore diet approach. So, if you have questions, what is the carnivore diet? Well, the carnivore diet is exactly what it sounds like. It's an animal-based diet, also known as the no-carb diet, but it's where you consume anything that the original source was from an animal. So we're talking all of our red meats, our steaks, our beefs, anything that's great and delicious, your poultry, so chicken, turkey, any and all kinds of fish. Salmon is going to be great for your omegas. You have your pork, and then you can have your eggs, obviously coming from a chicken. And then things like butter, cheese, dairy products, also as the original source being from an animal, are okay on a carnivore diet. And what I'm noticing as I'm starting to kind of dive deep into what other people are doing is I'm realizing that there's 3 ways that people go about implementing and approaching this carnivore diet. So the first approach is if you're coming off of a diet where it's high carb, or it's maybe a keto, or your nutrition protocol is just broken and you're looking for a change, this would probably be where you would introduce into yourself the full carnivore diet. So anything that came from an animal. So if you digest dairy okay, if you're okay with having cheese, if you're okay with having butter, go at it. You know, eat nothing but red meat. The second approach that I'm noticing people are doing is where they eliminate the dairy stuff. So anything that's the source was a animal, but then it was modified and altered into a different product. So they'll eliminate cheese, butter, milk, dairy, anything that's dairy based. So eliminate that and strictly consume meats. And then the third and the most extensive way about really honing in on the carnivore diet and eliminating everything is going to be a red meat based diet. And this is the approach and protocol that I've been following for the past 8 days. So to tell you why I did decide to go on the carnivore diet, I think it's important to kind of set some context on myself and my background. So if you are not familiar with me, if you have not been following me for a few amount of years, for the past 6 to 7 years, I've consistently maintained about an 8 to 11% body fat percentage. And that's, you know, with my weight hovering around 255 to 260 at my biggest when I went through a mini bulk. And I've also competed as recent as 2016, the end of the year, and I placed 4th at the Florida State Championships in Classic Physique. So to say that I carried a very strong presence in my physique, like I said, 8 to 10%. In most cases, I had solid abs, vascularity through my arms, vascularity in my veins. I just had a very rock solid, chiseled physique. So when I looked at myself at the end of the year and I was analyzing my physique and realizing that I allowed myself to get up to 255 pounds at 18% body fat, I knew something needed to change drastically and quickly. And for lack of a better way of saying this, my nutrition protocol that I was following was obviously broken. It just wasn't working, and I don't know if it was repetition, if there's mental stress from outside of life, if there's a lot of other things going on. I was obviously not training anywhere near as much as I know I should be, but I really let my physique get out of hand. So when I was, focusing on this year, what was I going to do? I knew making an immediate and drastic change to my diet is what I needed it to be. So I stumbled across the carnivore diet, and it wasn't the first time this last December that I was introduced to it. I was actually introduced to the diet about a year ago when I stumbled across Michaela Peterson. Just to set some reference, my girlfriend, she does suffer from severe rheumatoid arthritis. She battles anxiety and depression on a regular basis. So not to go into her personal life, but I'm going to wrap it around in here. So my first introduction to the carnivore diet was, like I said, from Mikhaila Peterson, who has become a big social media sensation now. Her father is Jordan Peterson, author of 12 Rules of Life. But Mikhaila had many of the same symptoms that Stephanie had. So she had severe depression, heavy anxiety, and really bad rheumatoid arthritis from an early age in life. So she jumped on this elimination diet, this carnivore diet, and quote unquote cured all of her symptoms. So at that point, it kind of piqued my interest. I shared it with my girlfriend. I looked a little bit into it, but neither one of us really jumped on it. But like I said, when I was evaluating my physique at the end of 2018 and kind of looking at what I wanted to do this year, I knew something drastic needed to change. So I set a 30-day commitment to follow an all-beef diet. Now with this diet, I am eating in an extreme caloric deficit, and I think I'll do some follow-up videos where I actually talk about exactly what it is I'm eating and how I'm implementing intermittent fasting, which I am doing, and also go into detail in another video on my training protocol. But I did decide that I wanted to follow an all-meat diet for a minimum of 30 days. So here's my initial response. From a mental clarity, awareness, and just feeling good from day to day, I've drastically shot up. I feel so much better than I did at the end of last year, the weeks prior to leading up to this diet. And like I said, I knew I wasn't in a good place. So I'm not telling you that I was feeling great before and I'm feeling better. I'm telling you I was feeling really bad and now I feel really good. So that's incredible, because I think there's a lot of people out there that are probably not feeling the way that they want to or feeling the way that they should. And they don't think that their diet is the reason why. But I can tell you from firsthand, within 7 days, the changes it's made in my mental clarity and just how I feel from day to day, my interactions with people has drastically shot up. So that's been an incredible bonus. One thing that I've suffered with my entire life has been going to sleep. I've tried everything. I've tried supplementation. I've tried blue light blocking glasses. I've tried other types of therapies before bed to get me to zonk out, and I just don't. I lay in bed 2-3 hours just tossing and turning before I can get to sleep. Now, in this past week, I can tell you when it becomes 10 o'clock and I'm in bed, I'm right asleep, and I'm right into deep sleep. I'm not waking up multiple times throughout the night to use the bathroom or just toss and turn. I'm sleeping consistently for 7 to 8 hours and waking up without an alarm between 6 and 6:30 every single morning, jumping right out of bed and getting into my morning cardio conditioning routine that I'm following. So sleep has been incredible, which is carrying over and allowing me to have better energy, clarity, and focus during the day. One thing I have done with this is I've also eliminated caffeine completely from my diet. So no coffee, no pre-workouts, nothing that's got artificial sweeteners, and nothing that has caffeine in it. And I haven't missed a beat. My productivity has actually gone up from a working perspective, and I'm getting just so much more done just because of how I feel. I can't tell you how much better I truly feel this week than I did in the weeks leading up to implementing this diet. Now, I do want to make it very clear that I'm not recommending this to anybody at this point, just because I don't have enough experience and anecdotal evidence out there on it. But if you're looking for some great people to follow, I have a great friend, Danny Vega, Keto Counterculture, who has put out some incredible content and information on the carnivore diet. You may also want to look into Dr. Sean Baker, who at 52 years old is setting world records in rowing, is competing in powerlifting and strongman competitions, and is an orthopedic surgeon advocating for an all-meat-based carnivore diet, and is just crushing life. The guy's a beast, shredded, just full of muscle, and just living life to the fullest, all eating ribeyes, eggs, and bacon. So check out Dr. Sean Baker. I'll link his information below in the description box, and also check out Danny as well. And if you're somebody that's really suffering from some of the medical issues that I mentioned that Stephanie was dealing with, you may want to check out Mikhaila Peterson and kind of dig deep into her story, because it's rather remarkable, incredible what this young woman has been able to do just by eliminating everything out of her diet and consuming meat-based products. So that's it. My training, it has the overall performance. I do want to say it has gone down, and this is to be expected because, like I said, my goal this month is a rapid 30-day metabolic reset transformation. I want to lose as much weight as I possibly can in 30 days, healthy. So I am eating a pretty massive caloric deficit. So I know that my training volume is not going to be able to be what it was before. But I am maintaining strength for the most part. My workouts are short and condensed, about 45 minutes to an hour. I'll do a full video on exactly what it is I'm doing because I have some conditioning protocols that I'm adding throughout the day as well that I know are helping in this transformation I'm going through. But like I said, guys, 11 days in a week, I'm now 14 or 11 pounds in a week. I'm now down 14 pounds, and it's just been a little bit over a week. So my initial response, reaction, review of the diet is, I'm not recommending it to anybody, but it's done wonders for me. I have nothing negative to say about it. Oh, one thing. A lot of people were asking me about fiber and how was that going to affect my digestion and my bowel movements. And we start to kind of research and look in, you realize that a fiber is not needed to process the meats that we're eating. It's there to help with the digestion and processing of all the additional stuff that we're consuming on a regular traditional Western American diet, I guess you could say, if you want to call what most people are consuming out there even a diet. But the standard nutrition protocol that people in the world today are following, you need that fiber to process all that stuff that's not supposed to be in your body. So eliminating diet hasn't been an issue. My bowel movements stayed consistent as far as the timing. The first few days, the consistency, it did soften. So I did have looser stool for the first few days. And then once it got back to normal, just after the third or fourth day, one thing I did notice is the size and the amount decreased. And I think this is because my body is using what I'm putting into it. If you think about your shell, your body, your physique that you have, your human meat body. And when you start eating other animal meats, your body is going to take those nutrients, take that food, and put it in the necessary places to build a stronger, healthier, more vibrant physique that's going to allow you to kick ass, crush life, lift weights, and just be an ultimate badass. And I can tell you that's my goal for 2019, is to be the ultimate badass. Powerlifting meets bodybuilding shows, obstacle course races, and we'll see. I'm committed to 30 days on this diet. The more I'm learning, the more I'm reading about it, the more that it's responding to me in a positive way, there is a very good chance that I'm going to continue following some semblance of a modified carnivore diet for a longer period of time. But we'll find out. But like I said, guys, that was my first response. It's been nothing but great positive things for me. I'm down 14 pounds in a little over a week. 14 pounds in a little over a week. I'm healthy, vibrant. Everything is checking off just perfect for me. So that's it. Like I said, I'm not recommending it. I do have some people that are close to me that are trying it to give me their feedback. And I hope to maybe get some of my clients on this very soon if we can come to an agreement. And that way I'll be able, in a better position to be able to recommend it to others as a nutritional protocol that they should follow. But stay tuned, guys, because like I said, I will be following this video up with one more about my nutrition, the supplements that I'm taking that I feel are extremely important, especially for a period like this. And I'll go into my training as well. But if you have direct questions about the carnivore diet, about how you can implement it yourself, I'm going to link my email address right there in the first line. It's frankrich.fitness@gmail.com. That's my personal email address. You'll go straight to my phone, straight to my inbox. So if you have questions about this, you have questions about maybe how you can tweak it for yourself, shoot them over and we'll do the best together at answering these and helping you build your greatest physique. But that's it, guys. Like I said, first response reaction is nothing but positive things about the carnivore diet. Stay tuned in the coming days and weeks for follow-up videos on this, and check out, stay tuned for my 30-day transformation, because I'm going to rock the world with this thing. It's going to be one of the biggest transformations you've ever seen in a short period of time. That's Frank Rich from frankrichfitness.com, talking all things carnivore diet. I'll talk to you soon.